Hey there guys and goddesses, welcome back to my channel TheTarative, and thank you for stopping by. So I wanted to come on here to share a bit of news with you, some quite unexpected news that I found out recently. So it's only been a short while since I found this news out, and I think it must have been a week or two ago now that over one weekend I started feeling a little bit sick. Now that might not sound strange to most of you, however for myself I'm very rarely sick, and if I do get sick I only tend to get very mild symptoms. I either have a great immune system or I'm just incredibly lucky. So for me it was a little bit strange, but not only was it strange that I felt a little bit sick, it was actually that I felt physically sick. I was so nauseous over the course of a Friday, Saturday and Sunday, really nauseous, and as the day progressed on the nausea got worse and worse. Now, the only time I've experienced that, or the last time that I've experienced that, was when I was pregnant with Laura. So, alarm bells started ringing, as you can imagine, and it got me thinking as to when my last period was. Now, I haven't been tracking my periods, so I couldn't really remember when it was. Since my periods returned after having Laura, there's been no need to track my periods. They've been coming very regularly, every 4 weeks or so. I would say in the last year there have been a few times where my period has arrived a little bit late, by about a few days or so, or maybe even up to a week. In those cases, I was really paranoid, convinced I was pregnant, took pregnancy tests which turned out to be negative, and then the day after I took those tests, my period would come. So, it was nothing out of the ordinary. I didn't really think anything of it. And so this time I was a bit like, well, I'm nauseous, when was my last period? And then I realised, oh wait, I haven't had a period all of February. And by this time it was the very beginning of March, so it'd been at least a month since I had had a period, or at least that I could remember having a period. And I think it must have been about the middle to the end of January when I thought my last period had been. So it'd been at least 4 weeks, but I thought it could be about 5 or 6, I wasn't really sure. So I thought the fact that I'm feeling incredibly nauseous and the fact that I can't remember when my last period was, but I think I've missed one, well, I think that's a good enough reason to take a pregnancy test, which is what I ended up doing. Now, you're meant to wait about 2 to 3 minutes whilst you're taking the pregnancy test. So once you've either dipped it in the urine or you've weed on the end of the stick, you're meant to wait about 2 to 3 minutes before you read the results of the pregnancy test. Now, I did that, I think, with Laura, or at least I waited. Most of the time I think I caught a glimpse of it, I can't really remember. But this time, I peed on the stick. Now, I have to say about 70% of me was thinking, I'm just being paranoid, I'm probably just ill. I don't get ill very often, so it's probably about time that I have something a little bit wrong with me. But 30% was niggling away at me, thinking like, oh, but I'm never ill, I don't really feel nauseous, and also I really can't remember when my last period was. There could be a chance I'm pregnant, I just don't know. So that's what was going through my mind as I was taking the test. Now, I didn't actually wait the 2 to 3 minutes to see the little window appear with pregnant or not. I was watching it as the urine was going up the window. 2 pink lines appeared straight away, clear as daylight, there was no mistake at all, it was a positive pregnancy test. So yes, the news that I'm sharing with you today is that I am pregnant with baby number 2. So very unexpected, definitely wasn't in the plan for right now, but after I let it settle in from like the first day to then the first week, we're obviously really excited, and we're really thrilled that Laura's going to be a big sister. So as of now, I don't actually know when my due date is. They generally figure out your due date from the day of the first day of your last period, but because I can't actually remember when my last period was, I have no idea. So I think at the moment, from the dates that I can try and figure out when my last period was, sort of the beginning of January to the end of January, I think I'm probably due the beginning of November, maybe the very end of October, I'm not sure. I have actually had a booking appointment, which is the first appointment you have with your midwife, just to announce to them that you're pregnant and they can get you onto the system and then start booking the next midwife appointment or the next scans as well. So after the booking appointment, I did book in my 12-week scan, and that scan is also called the dating scan. By that, as you can probably tell, it will give you the date of your expected due date. So they have a little look, see how many babies are actually in your uterus, and they'll take measurements and give you an idea, or an exact date, they actually date it down to, as to how far you are right now, and therefore they can calculate your expected due date. So that will be really interesting to know. As I said, I'm unsure by about a week or two, actually probably between about 1 and 3 weeks, I'm really not sure. I knew it was sort of sometime in January that I had my period, I couldn't remember if it was the end of January or the middle of January. I'm still none the wiser, but hopefully at that scan I'll find out fingers crossed that the baby, first of all, most importantly, is okay, but also how far along I am right now, and therefore when the baby is due. I would like to know a date, just because then it will give me a better idea what to expect, and I'll be able to plan from here on out just a little bit better. But yes, we're really excited now that we've got over the initial shock of everything. Alora's going to be a big sister, which I think she'll be absolutely brilliant at being. So really looking forward to it. Now, I did actually do updates from my first pregnancy with Alora, so if you are wanting to watch those, if you're new to this channel and didn't know, I do actually have a daughter already. Her name is Alora, and I did film pregnancy updates throughout that pregnancy just to keep a track of everything, and also just so I could look back and remember what it was like. So I'll have to start watching those videos back, because even though it wasn't that long ago since I was pregnant, I've completely pretty much forgotten how it felt or what it was like. So it will be quite nice having the comparison of watching that pregnancy journey and also recording this pregnancy journey. So I will be posting more videos in the future. So if you enjoyed this video and if you're happy about the news, then please let me know by leaving this video a massive thumbs up, and hopefully I shall see you very, very soon. Bye for now.